Well, hello there. Welcome to another episode of Adtopsy. You're going to love this show if you like Facebook ads because we dissect ad creative to figure out why they worked or why they didn't. We have a lot of great guests and a lot of great speakers. So why don't you dive on in, tell me if you like the show, drop a comment, subscribe, do all that normal biz. Welcome to the show.
Here we have two ads from Liquid Death that are not actively selling either. These are both not direct response ads. So they're different, and so let's just take a look at both of them. Here is
that shirt.
I bet you do.
Wait, Jess, where were these run? On Facebook?
On Facebook, yep. Most of the ad account is merch ads.
Anecdotally, I've bought more merch than I have water from them.
Yep.
Oh my God.
All right, so here's the first one, 30 seconds. Wow.
My
I mean,
God, that was
Take
a
all my
lot.
money.
I love
all
it.
my
I
money.
love
So
every
good.
second of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's amazing. That's amazing.
let's talk about why it's good. I'll start and I'll say that liquid, water is a commodity, whatever. And there's no like nothing with Liquid Death's going to work that's like us versus them, but absolutely
They did
this
do
is
that.
yeah.
That's the whole point. Kill plastic.
But I don't think people care about the plastic or whatever. I think Liquid Death is 100% an identity play, and
100% with you. Status identity.
and the power of cool people doing cool shit tied to your brand is uncalculable, and that is absolutely what is going on here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess to build off of that, that's exactly when Barry and I, shameless plug, when he came on AdSpend, that is exactly like I would consider Liquid Death a luxury product, and there's no utility vector in Liquid Death. It's absolutely a status play, and the more they lean into it, this and Vacation Inc. are two of my just huge brand crushes because they're unerring. They absolutely, like, you had to sell your soul to get something. There's just all these things, and they'll run ads of people like fairly religious people being mad about these things, or like it's so like they just lean into it so heavy and own it that I'm totally with you. It's an absolute status play, and it's definitely a luxury product. And I don't know, I think it's a 12 out of 10. And you got puppies? How do you get
By
this?
the way,
Absolutely.
the first time, Raba, I think the first time we met on video was on Charlie's coffee, and you and I both had Liquid Death cans.
Yeah, shout out
and we
Sticks.
like cheers each other, like coincidentally, because it's like you said, it's kind of a status symbol. I'm very mad I don't have one in my office and at my desk right now. I'm so mad. But like this ad further establishes that, and it's only making it more of a lifestyle, more of a brand. And having worked on and launched like a hard seltzer, Lone River Ranch Water, like we did that somewhat too, not to this extent by any means, but there are people that like are big fans of ranch water. They like have ranch water in their wedding photos, like cans, they're cheersing with it. And like, it's this like status symbol, and it's really exciting. And for this, to me, Liquid Death, if you wrap a Liquid Death shirt or Liquid Death hat, if I see that, I know you have a sense of humor. I know that you are an interesting person. You're probably not boring. And this ad helps illustrate that. Like, these are not boring people. They like doing cool stuff. Ergo, buy Liquid Death, makes you cool. Like,
I totally
so
agree.
good.
I think this is like a prime example of how this brand has grown past just the water, right? I think they show the actual cans of water like twice. The rest of it is shots of people in the hoodies and the hats, the sweatshirts. It's just like, I want all of this product.
Yeah. So the reason why I wanted to have these two ads is because I think this is a great ad that was almost certainly done in-house by people that understand the brand 100%. Last time we talked about copyrighted music, and this music here is like, I was like, what is that? So I Shazammed it, and the song is called Get Slaughtered on Shark Tank by Liquid Death. So it's their own
Really?
song.
I
Were they on
Nice.
Shark Tank?
even more. I love them even
G-Move.
more. They're writing
That's
their own death
badass.
metal.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Right.
Wait,
So
were they on Shark Tank? Do I?
No,
I-
no.
I have no idea.
Because
Not
that
to me.
if they're going to be, and that's their like walk on music, that's
Their WWE
Like-
So-
entrance music.
unreal.
right. So
One last point, Jess,
Yep.
too, to your exclusivity point of the bad serum ad. There's literally old people, young people, people of
Yep.
color, women, all sorts
Yes.
of lifestyles. Like everybody, like you can be a suit
Dog.
and want to have liquid death. You can be a
Dog.
dog and want to have liquid death. You can be a punk rocker. You can be a normal person. You can be a person of color. You can have braids. Like
Yep.
every single person, like it shows you that you can consume this product agnostic of who you are. Like the product gives you your identity. Your identity doesn't make you consume the product.
yeah, the tying thread, all different types of people. The tying thread is that they're all cool. They're all objectively cool people, like myself and Rabba, because we buy into the brand.
Obviously. Exactly.
So-
Exactly.
Well, oh, yeah, okay.
Okay,
Oh.
so great example of an ad that totally gets the identity. This, I think, is a great example of what happens when you hire an agency that doesn't know the brand whatsoever. So let's just take a look. at
Oh.
this.
Uh-oh.
Travis Polson isn't a water boy. He's a hydration assistant. They don't get the contracts. They don't get the brand deals. They don't get millions of fans screaming their name. Until now. Because without water, pro athletes would all be dead. And no athletes means no football. And no football means no America. So Travis Polson isn't just a hydration superstar. He's a god.
This is great. Also,
You think so?
I fundamentally do because it's a parody.
You
Is it
didn't know that till the end. You
Yes.
didn't know that till the end. And that's what was my big pushback. I actually liked it now that I figured it out. It was a Nike parody. But instantly when I heard symphony music with Liquid Death, I could not think of something more antithetical than like a
Yes.
symphony and orchestra and Liquid Death. Like
And
absolutely
football. Football, too.
0%
It's talking about a water boy.
0% out.
But buttoned up polos, like this is not the cool guy anymore.
This is.
I
It's
do
parody.
like-
This would be.
No
I do
Nothing.
like the ad, though. I think it's like a clever, funny thing.
Yes.
But I don't know if maybe another water brand it would work for. I don't
This
know.
works
how-
well for Liquid Death. This is hilarious. You're all wrong, but this would be a terrible
horrible.
performing Facebook
Horrible.
ad. Awful
So
because of everything you all said. I agree.
so
Like
just
very bad.
just some context, they did do this thing where they signed a water boy to like
Yes.
$100,000 thing. They made this YouTube video where it's just a full on combine of like water boys doing the thing or whatever, which I think is interesting, but I also think it's which is funny, but I also think
That's
it's
cool.
not the Liquid Death brand because it wasn't like ironic enough. And it feels like it's almost trying to go into the hydration thing, but
No.
in no case would you use Liquid Death for hydration on the field.
Of course
And-
not. But that's
No,
not.
of course
That's not
not,
what they're
Jessica.
suggesting.
I'm
but-
think it to me what this means is we need NFL watching guys to
Yeah.
drink Liquid Death.
They're
that's why they
pandering.
would drink it.
It's-
But they wouldn't yeah, I think the problem is that if they're trying to get if they're trying to grow more and more, they need other types of people who don't identify with the hard rock metal thing.
Yes.
And so you have to do this.
Yeah,
Exactly.
This screams like expansion to me.
Yeah,
Right?
Yes.
trying to
scale
expand
it.
their audience.
Yeah.
Um,
So you could run content alongside sports.
And in that
stuff.
case, if we are strictly trying to scale, I think that is a successful angle. But it does go against what got
at the
them to
expense
show.
of their
Yes.
of their core, which is
Yes,
dangerous
No.
game to play, I think.
it can
No,
be cannibalistic.
This is not
right?
at any expense. It's still winking. It's still parody. It's
I didn't
still
get the wink.
funny.
I did
and
not
it's-
get the
it's
wink. I did not
appealing
get
I
it.
to-
think 0% got the wink.
It's appealing to like the chive and the what's the Portnoy guy? Whatever. What's
Dave.
Barstool? Like it's appealing to those audiences,
But
they'll
it's
eat
appealing to this
shit
guy
up.
on the left.
Yeah,
It doesn't
I don't know.
have to be.
I'm off your
They're
bus,
different
Barry.
people
I don't know.
in
I
different
don't know.
audiences in different places. This is horizontal scaling.
I think Andrew was right in the sense of like the right? No, I said
Yeah,
that
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, no, yeah.
Ike.
I-
Ike.
you got it.
Oh,
Use
no,
my
geez,
Christian name.
Oh, Ike. Okay, sorry. I'm not.
That's
yeah,
not your
so-
fault.
I'm a first timer. You got to put that in the nameplate.
Yeah,
Over
he
here.
really
agree.
does.
I don't.
Right,
I don't
come
use
on.
Zoom. I don't use Zoom.
Exactly. You see.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I think in terms of like the execution, the concepting, like that's a really fun concept. Everything makes sense, but I just think it's just so misaligned with the brand. Like I get what Jess is saying. Like this is a play off of the NFL Combine thing, which is actually fairly like that makes more sense to me. But like as a standalone ad, I think it just absolutely mitigates and obviates all of the awesomeness that Liquid Death stands for, and it's trying to carve out like a new market, which I get what you're saying, Barry. I just like as a Liquid Death purist and like an old man, get off my lawn. This is horrible.
Guys, look, you have
LD
to.
purists.
I'm saying fundamentally, this concept of like the brand can only be one of these things is just absolutely wrong.
I'm
It
not-
You're wrong.
has
No
to
way.
be all
Luxury
of these
products,
things.
no, luxury products can never leave. Like if Gucci made a
You're
bag
wrong.
for no luxury product makes an everyday bag where it's
This
like,
isn't
oh,
a
by the
luxury
way,
product.
this is. I would absolutely argue
Yeah.
Liquid Death is a luxury product, 100% luxury product.
Would they agree with that?
Absolutely. What? How else would you classify it? Is Liquid Death better than other waters? Like, is it a
100%.
utility
So-
product?
No, I'm
There's
kidding.
no way it's not a luxury
I-
product.
It's luxury in some way, but it's not in the same part as Gucci. Like
It's
it's,
the
not like
same
that. It's
brand
not
identity.
even close.
The
It's a
whole-
$2-3 product.
No, but I'm not. Luxury doesn't have to be expensive. Luxury just has to be, again, a function of status, and a function of status is scarcity. And so people
And
that
they're-
spend the money for this product or have a particular thing, they will go out of their way to get Liquid Death so people know I'm cool. Versus like you see
Yeah.
everybody, if here's the kind of paradox and the conundrum. If Liquid Death got super popular, their brand equity would go down.
I'm saying, I agree with you, by the way. I'm saying though that if I want to
See?
argue that the Liquid
Turned up
Death's
the heat.
brand is valuable, not because of it being like edgy tattooed dudes, but it's powerful because it's comical. And the thing I said before, if I see someone consuming Liquid Death, holding Liquid Death, wearing Liquid Death branding, is that that is a person with a sense of humor. Then that, if that's the luxury, if that's the thing about the brand, then I think this falls into that as well. And so does
Okay.
anything else that they do that revolves around comedy. Like,
Okay. Yeah, they do a lot of funny videos that have like Steve-O and Bert Kreischer, which are in line with their brand. But one test that I like to do is is this right for their brand, is to think, is there a better brand where this fits much better? And coming from the agency world, I suspect, because I know that this happens, is that an agency will pitch like Powerade or Gatorade an idea, like a combine and all this other stuff, and that will get shot down or whatever. And then some other brand comes along and they have this like pitch in the can, and it's like, oh, they're also water. And I think that I don't know, but I feel like that's what's going on here, because this is a flawless execution for a Powerade or another brand that's like that.
It's
And
not,
to
but it's-
build on.
it's dumb. It's dumb if they do
No,
that.
I think to Jess's point too, they didn't go hard enough in the paint on the parody. Like this is like a good looking buttoned up guy. Like they needed
Yep.
like a fat guy that was out of shape. His shirt's untucked. Like it's just so off brand to have this clean, like
And-
he looks great. He's
And this
fit,
whole
he
thing,
looks
this is
he's
like
have
a
his
real
life together.
combine.
Never
There's
heard
no
of
jokes here.
The
some
whole-
Slayer before. Like I don't know.
It's,
It
it's
just feels off for me.
appealing to, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny.
The combine stuff's good, but
I
there's not
almost
one
wish-
tattoo on any of these people.
They're
Yeah,
appealing to
I
people
almost
that like
wish it-
sports.
I
and
wish it
like
was like
humor.
a bunch of tattooed people in the combine.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
what I'm talking
I-
about. That
I
have
agree.
no
Oh,
clue
I
what a
don't agree
sports
with that.
is.
They're trying to expand their brand so that they don't only align with tattooed, pierced people. That's what they're trying to expand the brand to.
I didn't.
Look-
I don't think it should be tattooed people, but I do think it needs to lean harder into the parody.
Let me give you an
So I
example.
think you were both right.
Let me give you an example. We did that. We had this exact problem with Lone River Ranch water. Everyone's like, the brand is a hard seltzer for cowboys. Okay. But it's a delicious drink that anyone can enjoy. So I need to make sure that we don't just show only cowboys. Yes, the brand is very much about that rugged thing, but we also need to show that you can be a city slicker and consume this beverage with your friends in an apartment. You know, that you have to make it, otherwise it's completely unapproachable and you're self-selecting poorly to make your audience smaller. And they're doing the
what
opposite of that.
luxury
They're
does.
expanding their reach by doing this.
Barry, I agree with you, except I think they need to bring, I think Liquid Death is cool. It is luxury. It is status. They're not bringing
And
the
fun.
status in. They can bring the status to sports. They can bring the cool to sports, but what they have like, this ain't it, you know?
Yeah, I
It's-
agree,
But it's
Jess.
not about. It's not about luxury. Like, I'm a smart water consumer. I pay a lot of money, and to me, if I'm drinking a smart water, which I love,
It's not
dearly,
working.
Ew.
okay,
Really?
that is a status symbol for something
Yeah.
else. That is a status
Smart
symbol.
water is?
You could be drinking Fiji. You can be drinking Voss. Those are status symbols of like luxury and class. This is a status symbol of comedy. You're saying you're an alternative. You're into alternative things if you like Liquid Death. You're not saying necessarily I'm richer or more luxurious. You're saying I am more clever. I am more interesting. I am funnier. That is what Liquid Death is offering, and this fundamentally supports that.
Thanks for watching another segment of Adtopsy. I really appreciate it. If you want more videos like this, click here. It's one of my favorites. Also, please do subscribe, hit that bell notification. We are a small but growing channel, so every sub truly means a lot. If you want to dive deeper into these particular topics, there's a link to the Deep Cuts newsletter in the description below. And if you want to know more about Fire Teams, kind of like the agency behind all this, the link is in below as well. I really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.